Hi guys, welcome to Musician Live. My name is Sisa Sambo, and I'm here today to actually share some of the experience I've been able to gather over the years in my playing guitar in terms of tone and maybe using a few effects so that you can be able to get the sound that you desire, but mainly for clean guitars to be able just to get the tone that will not maybe be too sharp or too dull. Just a tone that is good enough for you, especially if you are a gospel musician. It can also work for other genres of music, but mainly I'll just be focusing mainly on just a clean tone, what effects you can use on those. Okay, just before we continue with the lesson, please remember to subscribe, to share, and to like the channel, and also comment as much as you can so that we can be able to see and look into what you guys want us to be able to cover next time. So I'm gonna start just by mentioning that I'm using a Fender Stratocaster. It's a contour body. So it's a basic. I would say it's one of the best, because Fender is one of the best guitar producers which I've seen in my own experience. So I also have other guitars, but today I'm just gonna focus mainly on the Fender. You might have also a different guitar, maybe an Ibanez or whatever brand it is, but as long as it is a single coil kind of a guitar, just like this one. The single coil is basically the guitars that they have this kind of pickups, the ones with the small pickups, which each one of them focuses on one string. So in this case, it's like actually 4 pickups. So you are able to select as many you can select maybe up to, this is the first one, first, second, third, fourth, and fifth pickup. So basically you can get like 5 tones from the guitar. So if maybe I can make an example with this one, this is this pickup over here. So this is the tone you get. I'm sure you've heard it mostly in gospel songs. That's the tone you would get. Your guitar is like Eben, but Divine Michelle. I think it's quite a lot of them. Then a few use the second one. I guess Chunky, who used to play for Joyous, he used that one a lot, and we learned that he was using that one most of his time. And then guitarists like Tsepo and Ike, they tend to use the third one, which is this one. Like if you listen to some songs that Tsepo has played, you would notice that you hear this kind of a tone. So that's the tone he uses. And for Ike, it's the same tone as well that he uses to actually to have his unique sound. I guess then there are instances whereby you have to choose a certain pickup or to get the tone that you want, especially if you're using a distortion. If I can make an example of maybe something like, if I play something like this, that's in the key of E. It's basically just a lick. So right now, with the pickup that I'm using, it's sounding a bit more muffled, but it also doesn't have the brightness that would annoy anyone who is actually closer to your amp, or if the sound is too loud, or if your guitar is too loud on the mix. So with this kind of pickup, you are able to actually have that more muffled sound, which doesn't have too much brightness in it. And then the second pickup, for me, it sounds like it's kind of in the middle of being muffled and also bright. So it's not too much there in your face. It's not also too dull or too dark. And then you have the third one. So from here you can tell that already the sound is getting brighter and thinner. It's getting brighter and thinner because the pickup, I'm sure we are now using this pickup, if I'm not mistaken, because for the second one here, it's mostly a balance of the first, the second, and the third pickup. But if you come to this one, it's now shifting to that pickup. If you're up here, you are using this pickup. So now we are on this pickup. And then we move to the fourth one. The fourth one is, it's my favorite for using distortion, because what I like from there is that you are able to even get the kind of a pinch harmonic kind of a tone from it. And then the other one, the last one, is very, very bright and thin as well. So even if you're playing chords with the distortion, it has that sound. But if you use this one, yeah, so this one is more dark and more, I would say it's a bit more muffled. Yeah, I think that's the right term to use, because it's not in your face and it doesn't annoy. So I like it, especially for what do you call this in music? It's called so we use it for highlighting certain dynamics in songs. So mostly that's where I would use it, the first pickup. So, and then for playing solos, most of the time I go for the fourth one, which is my favorite, and I like it because it has that tone of sometimes you're able to get like the kind of pinch harmonic type of a sound. So basically that's it. And mind you, ladies and gentlemen, the tone knobs are all at 10. So there's no way that I'm actually playing with the tone knobs somewhere halfway through, or maybe reduced somehow. I'm just making sure that all my tone knobs are turned on fully to their maximum, and the volume as well, because that also counts. If maybe I was to tone down this one, I would have a different sound. I turn this one down. So that really counts a lot. So you should make sure that all your tone knobs are up to their maximum, so that you are able to get the tone that you desire. Unless you are a jazz guitarist, some jazz guitarists prefer to tone down the highs a bit, so that they don't want to have a very high pitched sound, or a high a tone that has a lot of highs in it. So basically that's it, ladies and gentlemen. And the one thing I wanted to also highlight is how maybe you can be able to use the wah effect. So the wah effect is quite simple. It's I'm using a Boss ME25. It's quite an old model of the pedals, but it's one of the best because it has the sound of actually an analog sound. It's more like your stomp boxes. You get that type of a sound. It's not too digital for me. I don't really like the digital stuff. So here, for me to activate the wah on any sound, that is where I just select the sounds and choose which sound I want to use. Another lesson that I would actually want to share, some may be interested in actually knowing what type of pedal I'm using. So I'm using a Boss ME25. It's a very old model of the effects pedal that Boss has produced over the years, but I like it because it's got more of an analog sound rather than the digital sound. So I'm an analog fan, I like more of the stomp boxes and that type of setup on my pedals. So this one gives me more of that. Although it doesn't have a lot of the pedals to switch, I'm just able to switch between the sounds, maybe the one tone to another. So this stores up to 60 tones. So and then what I want to share is what I use basically for my clean sound. So I just have a delay. Let me just share. This is my clean sound over here. So the delay that I use is basically a stereo delay, type of a stereo delay. And this is where I tap to get the tempo that I need. So if I play here, you can hear the delay behind. So I don't want it to be too much. I don't want it to be too little. I just want it to be enough for me to not to actually hear it, but to hear that my guitar is not dry. And I do also have a bit of some reverb, so I would have to